I did it! I did it! I finally did it!
Where are we?
You did what, Eri? I did it! I did it, I tell you! Get up, everyone!
The Great Chasm?
It's gone? The whole thing? Ring a bell! Turn the ship about! We can't see it from here!
No good. The rudder took quite a beating. It'll take some time to repair.
To the deck!
Let's go!
Yes!
Oh, rough sailing again, eh?
What's with the excited looks?
The Great Chasm has closed!
Yes, but you're not going to see it from there.
Sorry.
It seems we finally managed to close it!
Really? The entire chasm?
Closed?
Seems that way. Oh, and Dax, I'll need a hand repairing the bridge later.
Sure. Anything you need.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bravely Default. We finally did it, at least according to Eri. You take a look at her on the bottom screen. The pattern of wings has finally changed again. It's now 0, very clearly. But we have a party chat, thanks to you. At long last. Right, Agnes? Yes, at long last. Wrong way! That's the traitor over there! I'm so happy I can't think! Tiz and Nadia are just as excited as I, it appears. It is thanks to you, Ringabel. You saved Tiz on the Canyon Road. We are fortunate the Dark Knight Altinus Dim had infiltrated Caldisla. So you knew about that. But you do realize that was not me, don't you? And the person I rescued was Tiz from the world before we met. The Tiz who is with us now. He was saved by the Altinus Dim we defeated in the first world. And the person you spoke with in Nuichi Caldisla, too, was no doubt. Even so, we still owe a debt to you. For you are who brought us all together. And after we left Caldisla, we have been traveling the world, guided by your mysterious journal. Ringbell, it is all thanks to you. Really? Well, Altinus would have been happy to hear that, too. Agnes, Ringbell, hurry! Let's go take a look! Coming! Let's go, Agnes. Yes, let us go. Alright, I don't think there's any real prep we need to do, so let's just go on.
First on deck!
Whew, I'm impressed.
What? You have a reward for me?
Eri? Who are you?
The dark aurora above the chasm? Yes, Lord. I'll tidy up here, then go straight away.
Above the... But the chasm!
Over there. Look!
No, the chasm. It's still...
What?
What's happened? Answer me, Eri!
The Great Chasm's still here! What in the world is going on, Eri?
Oh, the Great Chasm mustn't shut. It's far too important.
Eri? But you just said I finally did it.
You still have no idea? Talk about a ship of fools! You've all been deceived, by yours truly, no less. I had you going the whole time!
Eri, what are you saying?
I suppose you need some convincing, and I can't do that in this form.
You!
Eri, are you... No, it can't...
This feeling... It's pure evil. Who or what are you?
I am Eri, demolisher of world bounds. Faithful servant to his malevolence, Ouroboros, god of destruction. After 1100 million years, his will shall finally be done.
Demolisher?
Ouroboros?
God of destruction.
Will? What will?
Consider what's happened so far. You already know there are many worlds. Numerous Lexington darts exist simultaneously as worlds in parallel. I made you send the crystals spiraling out of control, piercing the boundaries between worlds, linking them. The chaining together of tens of thousands of worlds shall fulfill my dream and the will of his malevolence.
And what is that?
The advent of more Ouroboros. His malevolence seeks to devour the worlds I have linked, then to invade the celestial realm.
The Celestial Realm?
At last, the time is come. You have been most useful pawns, and for that I praise you.
But I want to close
The time for talk is over. I must hasten to my lord's side and bid him welcome to this world. I will leave you to die, writhing in your regret.
Eri has been tricking us this whole time. Awakening the crystals wasn't some right to rid the world of darkness. It was simply to allow Ouroboros into this world so he could gain access to the celestial realm. We've been working for our enemy this entire time. Eri's form here, this sort of larval, really kind of terrifying form, it has tight bind to inflict stop, which you can get stop resistance to deal with this. You can also use Fairy's Aid from the Spirit Master to deal with this if you really want. It also has Slaughter to hit all the party members and poison them, and to follow up with that, Poison Punisher to damage anyone who is poisoned already. So, bring on poison resistance and stop resistance and you'll be fine. Thinking ahead though, you'll also want to bring along charm resistance, so rebuff lockets would be nice. And the only specific job I'd recommend bringing is a Spirit Master. Otherwise, you can kind of go with whatever you want. I have Tiz as a monk here with Invocation, so he can raise his crit rate, raise his attack, get his special all that more often. Obviously, you want to make her specials fire, because she is weak to fire, as I've been using Pommel Arms, you can probably tell. And that's pretty much all you need. You just need the Spirit Master, relatively high level, at least Greater Spirit Ward. You need stop resistance, poison resistance, and charm resistance, and this fight should be relatively easy. I should mention though, this music, because, you know, it's a Brava game. I didn't change your equipment? Okay, well, let's do that. It's a Brava game, so of course I'm going to mention music. This song is called Wicked Thing, and actually, we heard this way long ago. Way back in the very first part, when we were seeing, my equipment's all screwed up right now. When we were seeing Ania's Prey in the, AR cutscene, we heard this song tied in with the song Shrine Maiden's Prayer. It transitioned into this, and it's so cool, and it's such a good song, especially for how ridiculous this is, sort of. Like, this is the creature that Ringabel saw kill Anya Sadia and Tiz in his memories. This is the evil one that Yoriana and DeRosa spoke of. The creature that pretended to be friendly to the Vestals just so she could trick them into awakening the crystals, which would pierce the boundaries between worlds. And that's why Brave is so adamant on hunting down anyone who is friendly to crystalism, because he couldn't have known it was Eri immediately. Well, at all, really. So he just attacked anyone that may have been tricking the Vestal. He never really was out to kill Agnes, or any Vestal, really. If you remember, Brave didn't kill any of the Vestals, and likely didn't order the death of any of them. Olivia only died because Victoria had a vendetta against her and the Vestals in general, the Orthodoxy, and she was going to disobey orders just to kill them.
How sublime this flesh! Such magnificence!
What are you talking about?
The pattern on my wings! It heralds the beginning! I have attained a perfect form!
So, those were numbers.
Ah, yes. You borne witness the longest. From your hiding place in the shadows, frozen in fear. A lonely worm, too cowardly to save the one you love.
The Earth Vestal was killed by... Okay. Was killed by one of his guards. I have always assumed it was Henkel or Kamiizumi, because it specifically says long sword. Like someone with a long sword killed the Earth Vestal, and for that reason I've always assumed it was Henkel, because he has a characteristically long sword. But there's nothing to really confirm this. And the Fire Vestal was killed because she actually committed suicide. She jumped into lava to avoid the overtaking of the Fire Temple. Ooh, okay. Also, I never commented on it, but back when we finished Chapter 6, the title screen changes after that chapter. Originally, it's Bravely Default Where the Fairy Flies. But after Chapter 6, numbers fade away, or the letters fade away and just reveal Eri lies. That's so cool! And in the Japanese version, this game is called Bravely Default Flying Fairy. So over there, it just gets rid of all the letters to reveal lying Eri. That's so cool! It's just so cool! I love that so much! Oh my god, it's kind of mind-blowing. Like, if you restart the game, if you happen to restart the game to, I don't know, copy a save or just go back to the start menu for whatever reason, it's mind-blowing to see that happen. It's so cool! Like, actually one of my favorite features in this entire game is that happening. And one of the most memorable moments was the first time I saw it. But man, those numbers, like, it took me so long to notice my first playthrough that Eri's wings were changing. Because it's not something you think about when you're standard just going through the fifth world, even the fourth world. It's not something you notice until Ringabel brings it up. But yeah, in the fifth world, it was indeed a fifth, or in our first world rather, and then it progressively went down until now, well, we saw before, it's a 0. This is the beginning. Assuming that we do time travel as well when we go through the Holy Pillar, as well as, you know, go through the boundary between worlds into the next one. This is the very first, well, technically very first Luxendark at basically the beginning of time. That's insane. But we're just kind of wailing on her. Of course you do that. I didn't even mention Spike Guard. Basically, it guards every attack and counters any attack that goes ahead, except for attack items. Attack items do go through it, which is nice.
No other warriors of light have pressed me so far. But how will you stand up to this? has it been since last I took this form? Hundreds of thousands of years have passed without the need. It feels a bit foreign yet, but no matter. Now, you mightiest of all warriors of light, face the full extent of my power!
She's transformed again, this time into some sort of cocoon form, and the music has changed into an even better song, Wicked Battle. Oh my god, it honestly sounds like something straight out of Toho. I love it so much. Honestly, it should go without saying that I love a Bravely song, but seriously, they're all amazing. Every fight theme with Eri is just fantastic. Wicked Battle is a sort of similar melody to Wicked Thing from the last fight, but it just sounds so different and so unique, and just, I love it. So, what is she gonna do in this form? Well, she has Recover to heal, which obviously is annoying, but otherwise she has Elemental attacks, Blizzaga on a single target, Flare and Dark on all. She has Acedia, which makes the whole party weak to all elements, which you can use Greater Spirit Ward or Enigma to stop this. And as well, as you saw there, Luxaria, which can charm the whole party. That's why you want to bring Charm Resistance. I'm just gonna Hidden Dragon. I'm just gonna have Anyas be ready for that Acedia for whenever it goes out, because I want to be able to just get rid of that as soon as possible. And that's really the only other thing we have to consider for this fight. That Luxaria's not gonna do anything. It's gonna be annoying that she can heal, but honestly, it's just these elemental attacks we have to watch out for, and Acedia.
I'll never forgive you for violating Anyas' trust!
Always the same. Always about Anyas. I hate that about you most of all.
It is kind of weird to be fighting Eri. Like, she's been our friend this whole time. We've talked to her this whole time. She's been in party chats and cutscenes. Admittedly, she hasn't been too present all the time. I kind of wish she had more of a presence to make this sting even more. But the cutscenes where she does have a presence, she's actually entertaining and funny. And, well, she is...
We first met on that precipice, overlooking the great chasm. You had come forth from the chasm's depths, but you had only just slain us. Our blood had yet to dry!
Indeed, you have served me well. Now, die a bitter death, knowing you served your enemy.
Unacceptable!
Well, she may have been overly persistent in wanting to awaken the crystals. Well, one...
I ought to have seen through you sooner. I knew of your evils. I ought to have...
You style yourself a hero, arrogant. You did nothing but stand in awe of my might.
One, now we know exactly why, and two...
My father and Master Kami Izumi warned us of you. Now, too late. I see the fool I've been.
Those who act by emotion are the easiest to master. I pity your father. To know him, only to be thwarted by his own daughter.
And two... she's still an entertaining character. She's still a good friend during those times. She was visibly upset when Olivia died. Granted, she very quickly moved back on to Awaken the Crystals, but that's besides the point. But now she's just like, showing all of her contempt and hatred for us. It's really jarring. Irritates. Oh, right, she can also inflict Berserk. There's nothing you can really do to stop that, unfortunately.
Quite tenacious, aren't we? But all your efforts shall be in vain.
99999, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about that Berserk. Maybe Fairy's Aid would stop it. It does. But I'd rather have that BP ready for when we really need it. So, I'll just let Ringabel do his thing. Okay, yeah, there's the Acedia. We need to get rid of that as soon as possible. Honestly, the Berserk isn't that big of a deal. I mean, at least he's still dealing damage. It might not be as much damage as it might have been with... How did you lose your buffs? Did Acedia get rid of buffs? Maybe, I don't know. It might not be as much damage as we would be doing if he was using attack items, but it's at least still something! Okay! I expected Anius to go faster. At least we're alive. That's good. You send out some healing, though. We do have Holy One on her, so she heals for plenty, but that's still nearly killed us. I'm also trying not to use Giant Drafts, because we really could cheese this fight. Like, this fight would, like most others, kind of be a joke with them. I want to give her a chance. Because we are the strongest Warriors of Light she's ever faced. That's a question, sort of. Why exactly did she stick with us for so long? We know that she killed other Warriors of Light, like the party that Ringabel was meeting up with all the time. Or, well, Altonus Dim in the 6th world, rather. We know that she killed that party. But why not ours? My assumption is... convenience, really. Like, we are so strong and we've shown ourselves capable so many times that it wouldn't really make sense to kill us. She knows we can take out the Aster Sparrows efficiently. She knows we can awaken the crystals efficiently. She knows we're strong fighters. She didn't... In her cockiness, I suppose she thought she was strong enough to take us despite us being strong ourselves. But she knew that if she stuck with our party, she would awaken the crystals much faster, Erebos' will would be achieved much faster, and her mission, that apparently spanned like 11 million years, 11 is not a word, 11 million years, would finally be over, and Erebos would be appeased sooner. That's my assumption as to why she stuck with our party instead of just wiping us out as soon as we enter the next world. Another reason is that in a lot of those worlds that we visited, the conditions weren't really good for Eri. Either Anius was dead, Tiz was dead, Edea was dead, or Altonus was sulking. She didn't really have the Warriors of Light to fall back on in that world, for, you know, whatever set of reasons. I don't really know what the reasons were in the 7th and 8th world, because I don't know where we were in those worlds, but that's not really explained, so I can't really say. But in a lot of worlds, yeah, either Tiz was dead, Anius was dead, Edea was dead, at least that is the case for the 4th and 3rd world.
You mortals shall know your place.
So she really didn't have much of an option there but to stick with us. So, both convenience... Well, for the 4th and 3rd world, it was because she absolutely had to. She didn't have another option. But past that, I would assume convenience. Again, we're effective, we know what we're doing, we can fight well, we can get her mission done faster. And she was only like 5 worlds away. She was probably getting rather impatient and wanting to get this over with. You're not doing nearly as much damage as I would like, but I guess usually your damage comes through crits, so that makes sense. You just keep defaulting. Ringbell should be okay. Keep using Fireball. Quagga. Okay. I'm surprised she hasn't used Dark yet. Not that it'd be a big deal. Oh my god.
This isn't what happens. How are they different from the last?
That bit of Wicked Battle that was playing there is so good. This song is so good. This soundtrack is so good.
Warriors of the Light, man, mere mortals, pawns. You shall pay dearly for this defiance.
She's panicking. We have her on the ropes. She can't hold out much longer.
You're ready?
Send out another special, Ring of Bells. I don't believe all my specials are fire. Wasn't really quite prepared for this. It'll do. CD again. Should be okay. Yeah, that definitely gets rid of Tiz's buffs. There's no other explanation for this. That's why he... Okay, I'm gonna use Enigma, and then my special, just for the MP, or BP bonus, and also MP to a degree, but mostly BP. And you... Yeah, you just go for Fireball again. I could maybe go for some minus strikes, but I think we'll be okay. I'm not too concerned about that. My only hope is that Anius does go before Eri here. I don't think she'd kill us. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think she'd kill us with anything she could do, except maybe she uses, like... Maybe... Dark would maybe kill us? Dark's pretty powerful, so it's a possibility. Yeah, she has all the elements, but luckily we can weather all of them with Enigma. Greater Spirit Ward also is a good choice if you need the BP from Anius. It uses less BP, but it doesn't give you full resistance, it just gives you slight resistance, but it's still really effective regardless. Especially if you don't have a fully leveled Spirit Master, then that's pretty much what you're going to have to settle for. Alright, send out more bomb arms, more fireballs. Hopefully just finish this thing off. Alright. 60,000 EXP, 99 JP, quite the reward. But that's that. Seems Aery's been taken out.
This can't be happening. I must return to the Dark Aurora. Lord Ouroboros will grant me a new form. Grant me power. I must hurry to the chasm. Curse you!
How badly are you hurt?
I'll survive.
Good to hear. Though I'm not so sure I will if I don't find something to do. Ah, that's. That part comes over here. Yes, that's it. Don't worry about me. You should go talk to the ladies.
Ringabel did know about this the longest, so it makes sense that he's the least affected by Aery's betrayal. Repairs will take a bit longer yet. Have you talked to the others? You have a party chat. Grand ship. Could I have a word with you, Ringabel? What's with the serious look? Oh, no, it's just, well... You're worried Grand Ship is on her last leg, aren't you? So you've noticed too? Sure, I've known. We've entered the Holy Pillar 5 times now. Passing through that intense light and extreme turbulence, and weathering Aery's monstrous attacks. That would leave more than a few scratches on any ship. Yes, but more than a few scratches doesn't even begin to describe the damage. I know. It's far more than some damaged or worn-out parts. The hull itself is not long for this world. If we suffer that kind of turbulence again, this ship is sure to... I know. But let's just keep this between you and me for now. Understood. Don't want everyone panicking now, but... Aery did quite a bit of damage to the ship, as well as to our party. I gotta say that's... We've been through kind of a lot together by this point, huh? I don't know if this is a different world or what, but I know wherever you lead, I'm following. I have to know they have her back. Let's go find Anius and Edea, talk to them. Get an idea of how everyone's feeling at this point. Lots happened, after all. We've traversed so many worlds, all to find out that it was all for nothing.
It's just as Father and Master Kami Izumi said. But I was blind. Completely ignorant. I saw everything in black or white. How could I let this happen? How could I have been such an idiot?
You aren't. There was no way you could have known, Edea.
Aery is going to pay for this betrayal. Along with her master Ouroboros, too. That much I know, but still, I'll never be able to forgive myself.
Have you seen Anius?
Aery really did trick everyone, so... Edea really shouldn't be blaming herself, but I guess... I don't blame her for doing so. Pietrus is in here too. Let's talk to her. Seems things are a right mess outside, but that doesn't change my job here one whit. She never changes. Could still be near our characters if we really want, but more importantly, let's talk to Anius. She was the closest to Aery, after all.
Oh, there you are. The repairs are almost done. It's time we talk strategy.
This is all my fault. My trust in Aery has devastated the fate of innumerable souls. And that includes you, Ringabel, and Edea too. All because I was a fool.
That's not true! You're not responsible for anyone's fate but your own! You're all blaming yourselves. Well, fine. Be sad. Feel guilty. Regret what none of us could have helped. But the minute the repairs are done, all that ends. Aery deceived us. Aery And a lot of people have suffered as a result. But that's why we can't sit here wallowing in sorrow. She must be stopped. And we're the ones to do it. The time to put an end to this is now. Come to the bridge when you're ready. We'll await you there.
Tiz really is right. This all comes down to Eri, not so much any specific party member. I mean, we kind of knew that someone in our party was betraying us, and likely it was Eri. So, the reason we didn't act sooner was because we didn't know for sure, and we didn't know where this was all leading. And I guess we didn't have the courage to disobey.
I'm sorry to have kept you all.
We understand.
So, what are we to do now?
We go see the sage. I don't see any other options.
He foresaw that this would happen.
What do you think, Agnes?
Yes, I agree. Please, set a course immediately.
Party's back together. And when in doubt, seems we always just go to see the sage. Have another party chat though. Alternus's memory. Oh, I see. Phoenix Flight and Minus Strikes. Huh? Oh, no. I was just thinking back to when I was still the Dark Knight, Alternus Dim. Barris said something to me back then. He said, "My Phoenix Flight and your Minus Strike are the ultimate combination. You sacrifice HP for major damage with Phoenix Flight, then you do as much damage as your HP loss with Minus Strike." That could be interesting. You can even have multiple pairings like that in a party. It's worth a try, and if there were a way to add some major healing after Minus Strike, it would be icing on the cake. Let us try to find something of the sort. We were both really excited about it back then, even though neither of us have mastered the moves yet. Holly was there with us too. I think it was her suggestion to use the freelancer stand ground until she could follow up with healing. Ring a bell. So he still has connections to his old life, and... Man, it's weird not seeing Eri on the bottom screen. Wow, I didn't even... Oh my god. Alright, let's go see a sage. There's not much else we can really do at this point, I suppose. He seems to kind of have the answers to most of our problems, and he, thanks to the angel, knew about this sort of situation far ahead of time. Let's see what he knows now.
Is the time finally come? There is much I would speak of. At last. At long last.
Sage, we must rely on your wisdom. You are all we have.
Though I fear I am far from all-knowing myself, child. Ouroboros, the Celestial Realm. It's the first I've heard of most of this.
No. What are we to do if even you don't know? How do we stop this?
Patience, child. He will be with us presently. Ah, and here he is.
All here, I see. No need for pleasantries. I'm more or less aware of the situation.
Then let's begin.
Begin what?
Agnes, take the pendant you received from the sage and raise it aloft.
All right. Like this?
That will do. Now, for the rest. Line up behind Agnes and join hands, all of you.
Right.
May I ask why?
As party to these events, you have the right to know. And the desire as well, I expect. The revelation as spoken by the angel.
Shall we?
Indeed.
What's happening?
Shh. Remain silent.
O warriors of light, hearken unto these words, should they reach you yet. The mark upon the evil one heralds the beginning. The bringer of ruin has risen. His name is Ouroboros. Ouroboros, bringer of ruin, shall devour all worlds linked by his harbinger. You and your world, and the whole of life on myriad other worlds now face extinction. Hear me, warriors. Ouroboros must not be loosed upon creation. You must use every ounce of your being to see this scourge contained. Wise guardians of the warriors of light, the time has come. Which of you will do as I have instructed?
That particular role falls to me.
It galls me, but you're the only one for it.
You watch over them, Sage.
Warriors of light, know that you do not walk alone. There are those who protect you, those who await your return, those who have entrusted you with the future, those who brave the same battle you do, and you walk with one another. Should despair take hold, and your spirits falter, raise me aloft once more. Now go, onward, warriors of light, my friends across the bounds of time and place.
Who or what was that?
The angel. The one who suddenly appeared and halted our fight 1800 years past.
And if I'm correct...
The Agnès of the world I hail from.
What?
I failed to protect her.
She may be, or perhaps not. Eri has interlinked tens of thousands of worlds.
Myself from a different world? But why? How could she have...
Perhaps her prayers for salvation reached the celestial realm. Or perhaps she sought only to warn her counterparts in other worlds. There is no way of knowing now.
May I ask, Lord DeRosso, what is it you must do?
That burden is mine alone. You will know before long, if all goes to plan. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've preparations to make.
Speaking of, I shall break the final seal upon the Kustra Archipelago if it be of any use to you. I locked away the direst of the arms I took from the Orthodoxy in the cavern's deepest depths. You might seek them out, should you think it necessary before you face Ouroboros.
Alright. So we have a mission. Defeat Ouroboros. But first, that dungeon that Yoriana spoke of. It has some really sweet armor and weapons. I mean, it is all the stuff he stole from the Orthodoxy after he left it, after all. And that dungeon would be right up here at the Kustra Archipelago. Looks really cool in the shape of this crescent moon. This is it. this is what we'll be tackling next time. But then, after this, it's over to the Great Chasm, where the Dark Aurora is, to face off against Eri once more, and meet the Cerberus face to face. See you guys then. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the other series I've done. You can also consider subscribing, checking out my Patreon page, or joining my Discord server. There are links in the description to those, as well as other social media links like Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.